I've been racking my brain for weeks trying to figure out how to start this episode. And then serendipity struck in the form of Jaÿ-Z. At the time of writing this, I'd just finished editing the conversation I had with Michael, and Jaÿ-Z was fresh off of being announced as a headliner for the Roots Picnic. He also announced a 3-night residency at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. But prior to all of this, he silently put the Umlaut back in his name as a means to market the song Dead Presidents being released to both physical and streaming. Sidebar: how the fuck do you even pronounce the Umlaut over the Y in Jaÿ-Z? Like, I can't even pretend like I know. I've Googled it. Somebody needs to make a YouTube tutorial because I'm thoroughly confused. Like, isn't it supposed to affect the pronunciation of the letter that it's over? His name has been Jaÿ-Z the whole time. It's never affected the... All of this was meant to underscore him celebrating 30 years in the game. And who better to explain that than the man himself in the form of a sit-down interview with GQ. The thing about Jaÿ-Z is that he is notoriously reclusive and hands out interviews more sparingly than he does guest verses. Actually, there are 2 lines in his catalog that perfectly illustrate this. Rap mags wanna use my black ass so advertisers can give them more cash for ads, fuckers. That was from the song 99 Problems. And my interviews are holla. And that was from the song Lyrical Exercise. And me quoting lyrics instead of using the songs is so we don't get copyright strikes on YouTube. Fuck YouTube. And that was from The Bane of My Existence. Anyway, the interview is titled Jaÿ-Z Breaks His Silence. The conversation is led by GQ's senior editor Fraser Tharp. He guides the conversation while Jay gives context to his current motivations and speaks candidly on topics like the sexual assault allegations, reaching billionaire status, and the battle between Kendrick and Drake. He said a lot of things that perked my ears up, but it was the latter part that I really got hung up on.
As a spectator, What did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like that. That's presumptuous. I think that, look, there was 4 pillars of hip hop. There are 4 pillars of hip hop, right?
Yep.
There's breakdancing.
Yep.
And it's graffiti.
Yep.
There's DJing and battling.
Yep.
Respectfully, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Is he saying that battling is a pillar of hip hop? Battling is more of a way to sort the abilities within the pillars than an actual pillar. Like, okay, a breakdance battle is what breakers do to figure out who's the best at breaking. A DJ battle is what DJs do to figure out who's the best DJ. And a rap battle is what rappers do to figure out who's the best rapper. It's a component, a function of the thing. It's not the whole thing. He goes on to say breakdancing is an Olympic sport, graffiti is in museums, and DJs are all virtually unknown. So in essence, nobody really gives a fuck about anything anymore except for the spectacle.
We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. Mm-hmm. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
The reason why this bothered me is because it wouldn't be wrong to say that he is somewhat right about the essence of hip-hop all but being gone. I'm old enough to remember when hip-hop was about participating in the culture. You had to seek it out to interact with it, even if you just wanted to be a spectator. Now, it's all for sale. You're only a customer when you're walking in the presence of hustlers. He might have arrived at that point wrong, but he's kind of got a point. Ironically enough, Jay's one-time rival Nas recently released the track Writers, which is a love letter to graffiti artists. It's doubly ironic that this celebration is coming from the same guy who once rapped about hip-hop being dead. But that's neither here nor there, because obviously, rappers, they just be saying shit. Gotta be provocative, nigga. Today we zoom out to look at the bigger picture in the form of a conversation with a guy who was at ground zero. You could arguably say that he helped build the petri dish that spawned the cellular division to give us the 4 elements. In this conversation with Michael Holman, we talk about the elements of hip-hop and how his show Graffiti Rock put them on a national stage for the first time.
Well, party people in the place to be. You just tuned into a #1 crazy fresh show we call Graffiti Rock. And this is why the show is #1. Just check out the way the